Alright boys, Borderlands 4 is out really soon. We've seen lots of gameplay, and one of the things that stood out to me the most is Rafa's Peacebreaker cannons. They look absolutely insane. So here's a build of what I think is going to be one of his strongest starters. So if you don't know already, the Peacebreaker cannons give you 2 additional guns on top of your main one that auto-target enemies and shoot them over and over again for an 18-second duration. Along with this, you also get Overdrive, which boosts a lot of things that we'll go into later that last for 12 seconds after your Peacebreakers are finished. So the first thing we go into, we put 5 points in fire rate. We only get these cannons up for 18 seconds, so the faster they shoot, the more damage we get within that window. It's basically a DPS upgrade. This moves on to our next thing. Our augment for this will be Bullet Buddy Deluxe. What this does is it adds bonus fire damage to all of our Peacebreaker cannon shots, just as flat. So it's going to be doing kinetic initially, plus bonus fire damage. And if we activate the ability again, it reduces the duration of the skill, but makes it so our main weapon has infinite ammo for that time for 8 seconds, which basically means we can run Jacob's weapons like shotguns that usually only have 1 bullet in them and shoot them over and over and over again. We'll get to why that's so strong later on. Next, we grab 5 points into Seer. This is going to be one of our main survivability tools in the early game. Apparently, this Borderlands is harder than a lot of the other Borderlands games that have come before it, so we need to make sure we spec into survivability and defensive tools, otherwise we're going to get absolutely folded, which is why we also come down to here and get Resilience Seer. This gives us 40% damage reduction whilst our Overdrive is active. So if you remember, when you turn on your Peacebreakers, you get Overdrive. Then for 12 seconds after that, you keep Overdrive. So 30-second windows, you maintain 45% damage reduction. So that's going to be really strong and make us very comfortable. Now here's where things get spicy. We go down into the left tree here. We start with Asymmetric Warfare. This buffs the damage of all indirect projectiles. So essentially, you have your main weapon. Everything that isn't the gun in your hand gets bonus damage. So that's your Peacebreakers, your projectiles, your grenades, and also ricocheted bullets that we'll get into shortly. So this is a no-brainer. We have to pick this one. It's one of the main skills of our build. Back to down here, we go to Errant Spark. This makes us deal bonus fire damage on all indirect projectiles, which of course is our Peacebreakers and our ricochets. And you see at the bottom there, it says bonus fire damage is doubled if we already deal fire damage. But if you recall, we're already getting fire damage from our Bullet Buddy, which means all the damage from this gets doubled up by Errant Spark. So wonderful synergies together. For our Capstone, we want Double Auto Shot. This replaces our cannons with shotguns and also allows it so our shotguns have a 10% chance to ricochet. And that's the main crux of our build here. We want as much ricochet as possible, which is why we also grab Lateral Plinking, which gives us an additional 25% chance to ricochet. So that means it's 35% chance to ricochet, which may sound kind of low, but if you look, we have 6 pellets per shot. If you have 6 pellets or with a 35% chance of ricocheting, that actually gives us a 92% chance to ricochet on each shot of our shotguns, which is fantastic. So to the ones paying attention, you're probably wondering, okay, so we've got loads of fire damage, we've got loads of ricochets, but what if the enemy has shields or armor? How do we deal with those guys? And this is where Vitriol comes in. We want 5 points in this, and what it does, it makes it so the first shot fired from a fully loaded magazine deals bonus corrosive damage when we get 55% from this node. But if you recall, when we activate Bullet Buddy, it makes it so we don't consume shots every time we shoot. Meaning, if our mag is full, when we activate our Peacebreakers, we can get the bonus of this corrosive over and over and over again as long as Bullet Buddy is active. Theoretically, if it works how Money Shot does in Borderlands 2, this is how this interaction should work, and it should be incredibly strong. So now we have corrosive damage on our shots, heat damage from our Peacekeepers, but we can also get shock here as well. There is a new system in the game where you can get modified parts on your weapons, meaning you can have a Jacob weapon with Maliwan parts. You can actually have a Jacob's weapon that has ricochet built in that also can be shock. So you can have a shock Jacob shotgun with ricochet, meaning once our build's complete, we'll be doing shock, corrosive, and heat, as well as kinetic damage on our shots whilst we have our Overdrive active, which is absolutely insane and covers all damage types we'll come across in the game. And lastly, we put 3 points into Overdrive. This increases the duration of our Overdrive by 33%. Basically just makes the build more comfortable to play. The more we're in Overdrive, the stronger we are. So at endgame, we want to be in Overdrive basically all the time. So we want this, I may even increase this to 5 depending on how the build feels. Just keep that in mind. You might want 2 in here. And I should also talk about this node. This just turns your melee into a firebomb instead, which of course doubles up from Bullet Buddy. So it is really good, but I think it's more of like a fun thing than like a actual thing I'll use on the build. But if you have a spare point or you're willing to sacrifice something over here, grab this one because it will be kind of fun to use. Now with our remaining points, we are going to move over to the blue tree because there's some things here that we actually really want. First of all, we want all this reload speed. If you look at a tree before, when we don't have Overdrive and we don't have our infinite ammo, we're going to have to be manually reloading quite a bit to proc our bonus damages to get full ammo. So we want that reload speed to make things a bit easier for us. We're going to be reloading lots and lots, and Preparado reduces our action skill cooldown rate every time we do so. Meaning if we have like a Jacob shotgun like the Hell Walker with 1 bullet in the chamber, every single time we reload, it brings us closer to bringing our cannons back up, which is absolutely great and exactly what we need for the build. And last of all, First Impression just gives us bonus damage on a fully loaded weapon magazine, which synergizes perfectly with our Bullet Buddy. Because we will have infinite ammo, a full magazine, we will proc this on every single shot whilst in our Overdrive mode, which is absolutely fantastic. And that's the build. It maximizes Ricochet, you get triple element damage, you're tanky with the bonus damage reductions, and even outside of your Overdrive, you should be nice and comfy with this reload speed and bonus damage. I think this is going to be really strong, and this is exactly what I'm going to play on release. So I will post another video when I actually have the game and I can actually show you how the build is doing. I can tweak some things. Do let me know if there's anything you think I should change, because of course this is just a theoretical build, and I'll try and answer as many questions as I can in the comments. All right, thanks boys.